In this interview, I speak with Tim Nolet from Checkly, so let's check what Checkly checks. Hello again, here I am with Tim from Checkly. It sounds like interesting concept, so thank you very much for your time.
That's no problem.
One thing. And second, what Checkly is doing, because the idea is very interesting.
So what we do at Checkly is we do synthetic monitoring. That's maybe a term not everyone is familiar with. What it means is we simulate user traffic for monitoring purposes. So we go to a website, we maybe click on a login button, maybe add a product to a shopping cart, and then if that fails, we send you an alert message. And we do that for anything that runs in a browser, so websites and web apps, but we also do that for APIs, so anything that talks to HTTP. And yeah, we're doing that for more than 1,000 customers right now.
Okay.
And we're doing it maybe a little bit different than others are doing that, because we are doing this as code. So you can do this all from your code base. And that's what Checkly is in a nutshell.
So as code, I like this idea because I'm a big fan of doing things as code, everything as code.
Yes, correct.
So how did you came to the idea to create Checkly? So what was the trigger for you? Because
so
a little bit different approach, right?
Yeah, I can think back at least 10 years where the idea was already kind of bubbling in my head. Because this market that we're in, it's synthetic monitoring, some people call it uptime monitoring, it's been around for a pretty long time. Yeah. But I was looking for something very specific when I was in a different job to check a checkout flow for a company I was working, because that thing broke all the time and it was not very nice. So I wanted to have something in production, just click through this checkout flow. I was very familiar with JavaScript and TypeScript. Mm-hmm. TypeScript didn't exist yet, actually. JavaScript,
yes,
a long time ago. And this checkout flow was a little bit, let's say, finicky. There were some details that needed to have just a little bit of code in between to make it work. Mm-hmm. So I was looking for a solution to make that happen, and I couldn't find anything that was either too expensive, or I couldn't do it as code. I had to configure that in the web UI and then put in CSS clauses that changed all the time. It's very painful, very hard to manage. So, I thought I'd just build it myself. Now we're here.
Yeah. Right. It's always like that. If you want to do something right, you have to do it by yourself.
Not always, but for some things, in this case, yes. In this case, I got a little bit lucky. There was, under the hood, we're using a framework called Playwright, which actually spins up a browser and allows you to do all these interactions on a web page. But when I started it, it was Puppeteer that came out, which is kind of like, let's say, the grandfather of Playwright. And I just got a little bit lucky that it was right at that moment. And that's a JavaScript-based framework. And so kind of two things came together, and that made it for me possible to start this company and develop this product. Yeah.
Okay. And how the ordinary people can start with Checkly?
Very simple. So you go to checklysq.com and we have a free plan for developers. Lots of folks are using that. It comes with all the goodies that also are available on the more expensive plans or the other plan types. Use it for free forever. You'll probably get running in less than a minute. It's pretty easy to use. You actually don't need to use the as code function in the beginning. We have a very good web UI. You just click some things and it starts working. Let's say you want to start using it for your job, then we have a just pay as you go, slide a credit card and off you go. And what you will see then, if you want to do some, let's say, more advanced use cases, then you can export all the things you configured in the web interface to code, TypeScript, and then you can store it in your code base and start using it from your editor. And that's a very seamless process. But you don't have to start there.
Right. So for sure I will check it. So I also
absolutely
encourage you to check as well. So how is KubeCon so far? It's almost
big.
Final.
It's big. This is the first time we're at KubeCon.
Okay.
We do quite some conferences. Also the last half year I've been here. Other places in the US. This is by far the biggest one. So it's kind of interesting to see all these other vendors and people with all these different types of products, and also attendees that come to our booth with all kinds of different ideas. Some of them are actually customers of the other folks that are here, and some of them have never even heard of the concept. So it's very broad, and you meet a whole bunch of people, different solutions. So we're almost pretty sure that we're going to go to the next one in Europe also. So our team is mostly based in Europe.
In London.
That's going to be in London next year. So and that's even bigger than this one.
Yes, so Europe one is bigger. This year we had 30,000 people.
Yeah.
But, well, here, first of all, it's like in 2 weeks we have reInvent, right? So there will be 60,000 people.
That's great.
So, so I'm preparing here for that. So no, that's the thing. All right, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure to talking with you. Check the Checkly.
Pleasure as well.
Checkly.
Checkly.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. And enjoy the rest of the day.
I'm looking forward for the next one because we will talk about something really, really interesting. So see you there.